And what it really is about is experientially having the embodied experience of what it feels like to be supported. You know, when we think of, this goes back to childhood, of course, and for most of us, a lot of these things go back to childhood, of support is not thought. Support is embodied and felt. Attunement, even. It's not about what someone says. It's about them feeling into what is happening in our system and meeting us there and saying, I can support us to come out and to come into regulation. All of that is felt. So when we're saying mantras, what's so important is I have to feel into that. Otherwise, it gets stuck up here in cognition and it can never permeate our embodied experience, which means it can't really help and be resonant. I remember using so many mantras and I was like, why isn't this working? I don't really feel this. I belong in the world. That was I didn't belong in the world for so long. And I was like, that's a nice idea that I can't embody. And so somatic work helps us embody it. And the other thing that I just want to mention about it too is that good things don't feel good at first. And that's an important thing for folks listening to understand. There can be so much confusion about that because things like being truly seen and vulnerable or supported are, although there are deepest desires and deepest human needs, when our system has gone a lifetime without them, they can be actually overwhelming at first, feel like too much for my system. So when we're doing somatic work, we want to acknowledge that that's the experience for everybody. And we step towards it in tolerable amounts. Can I feel into a tolerable amount of being supported? And then know I can turn back to myself, like I've got this, that's comfortable and safe to me. And then I'll lean in a little more because our self-protective system is saying, it's so brilliant how we all have these extraordinarily exquisite self-protective systems. But like, for example, yours was saying, I love you so much that I am not going to let you feel the perpetual pain of needing others when they can't meet that need. So instead, what we're going to learn to do is fortify and go it alone, because that pain of not being able to just be a child was so much that we don't want you to have to perpetually feel that, if that makes sense. And I just think, like, what an exquisite system that we have, that it can do that for us. It's so extraordinarily loving.
And then as you dive deeper into that, it brings up this deep feeling of sadness of, wow, the reason why I feel this way is because the pain of feeling otherwise would have just been too much.